All right, and we're back, my friends. Thank you for standing by. We will now move along to Jump King. It's really early to be starting our second game for the night, but sometimes that happens, right? It's going to take me a moment to get things switched over. Did you start Splatterhouse yet? No, Pookie. I haven't played it yet. Tomorrow night, it's going to be first time. I've never played it before. I played a little bit of the modern Splatterhouse that they did on the PlayStation 3. I played a couple hours of it. I didn't get very far. That was actually the game that was in my PS3 when my home got burglarized, so I lost my copy of it. I never got around to picking up a replacement. I need to, but it's kind of a pricey game. It still commands around full price or upward for from what I've seen online. And the older ones, I've never played any of them. So we're gonna play. I actually don't have a TurboGrafx, but Splatterhouse was put out as a virtual console. I've got it on the Wii for the virtual console, so that's how we're gonna be playing that one. And that's the version we're gonna be playing because that's what they put on the virtual console. They didn't have the Genesis one. But I think I've heard that the TurboGrafx version is supposed to be the best home version. That might be debatable. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of switching here. And I think you can still hear me. Looks good. Where is the game? There it is. All right, let's go ahead and press a couple buttons here. No, you can't hear it yet. Been playing for 37 hours. And I'm kind of always in the same old familiar places. All right, we're almost ready to play. Sorry for the slow changeover. Let's I gotta switch my controller. Great. I was hoping this still had battery because I didn't remember to plug in my Super NES controller. Hey, Joe Jack, welcome in. Just in time for some jumping, just in time for some falling. We're gonna get progress today. I sure hope so. I've actually seen something new every time I've played this. So I have made progress every night. I just also lose progress every night. But every night I see something new, so I can't I can't say I'm not accomplishing anything. Just not a lot. Any kitten or puppy updates? I forgot what you've got. I've got 3 cats, and I've got a puppy. The puppy is the newest addition. He is an Australian Shepherd named Arthur, and I mean, he's doing all right. We increased his daily food because he's gotten a lot bigger. He's gone up from like 1.5 cups to 2 cups of food a day. Somewhere around there. And mostly it's just, you know, it's just routine. It's mostly just routine for him. We took him to the vet last week. For his distemper shots. Vet said he's doing good. Looks like he's healthy. He's very food motivated, which we already knew, but the vet made a point to confirm that. He's a growing boy. He's a growing boy. It'd be a bad update for Frownie if he was having kittens. Yeah, I just, I feel like, I wish there was more to report. He did a pretty good job riding in the car for his first time making a car ride with us. I was pretty happy with the way he handled the car ride. He did good. He impressed me. He still kind of wants to chase the cats, which is not good. But that's something like, you know, like that's a characteristic of his behavior. I don't know to what extent that's ever really gonna go away, you know? That's something that I expect we're gonna have to be very watchful of for a very long time. Oh, he's gotten good at going up and down the stairs. I mean, we don't have a lot of stairs. I mean, we do, but there's not a lot of stairs for him to have to worry about because he doesn't come down to the basement. But walking up and down the stairs to get in and out of the house was something that he was very hesitant to learn, but he now does confidently. But he's pretty, I mean, he's pretty good with almost anything we try to teach him. He seems to learn really quickly. Except to lie down. Jelly wanted to teach him to lie down on command, but I think she gave up on that because he's too confused between lie down and sit. So we're just focusing. We just have him sit on command. And we have that, the sit command also implies stay, so that, you know, it's pretty useful. To get him to hold in position for a while if there's like, if we need to take care of something for a moment. My sister's dog is 12 and still doesn't get the difference between lie down and sit. Anything that isn't standing is sit to him. Yeah, we couldn't quite figure that out with the last dog that we had. Before we used to have a Shih Tzu named Dexter, but he kind of ran out his years. But we never managed a difference between sit and lie down for him. Everything was just lie down. He never figured out sit. Oh, yuck. That jump works. I thought I tried that and that didn't work before. That doesn't really change a whole lot about like the way that I get up there. That doesn't really make things easier. It just gives me another equally easy option. Is my audio off? It was a little bit. Oh, yuck. This new job kicked my butt, Joe Jack says. Bet hasn't felt this good in a while. I hope that's working out for you. I hope that it's enjoyable and you know, if tiring. Hey Christian Cool, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. Hope the work on your end all goes very smoothly. I'll try to be some good background noise for you. Nothing more soothing than the sound of repeated splats. Oh. Let's wait and do this the easier way. That's better. Oh, no, no, no. Hang on. No, I have an easy strategy for this too. I forgot. No. Coworkers are really cool, Joe Jack says, which always makes the work 1,000 times better. Indeed. Work itself isn't terrible, though. Definitely get monotonous, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for me. Why did I get into event photography, Persephone says. Low-light photos are 1,000,000 times harder to edit than brightly lit photos. Welcome in, Persephone. On the upside, would that not make your services even that much more valuable, though? I thought for a moment. I decided to say upside instead of bright side. Given that we were talking about dim lighting. No. No. Alright. I'm being foolish. I need to just be patient. Kind of like jobs where you get so used to things that you can basically turn off your brain and just go on autopilot while listening to a podcast, and then before you know it, it's time to go home. I like, yeah, I like when you sort of lock into, like, a flow like that. I mean, I imagine everyone would, right? But, like, I like that sort of balance where, like, you sort of hit that point of confidence where, yeah, you can kind of go onto autopilot, but, when there's, like, a steady stream of things to do. Not sure yet. Have to be a cut above the rest to really start asking for money. Plenty of people would do it for free at the moment. Yeah, I didn't think about that before, because you talked about making the switch from, you know, working for experience and exposure to, you know, to working for pay. And I didn't think about that, how that sort of disadvantages you as opposed to, like, your free competition, so that you really have to, like, work hard to stand out and, you know, convince people it's worth it. But you certainly seem to have been getting in a lot of experience. This jump right here is super difficult. Thank goodness. I don't even know that it's that hard, but I don't have a mechanism for doing it reliably, and so it's hard for me. I'll point out when we get somewhere new. I'm still not near our PB yet. Shockingly, I've been all the way up here before. So over here on the left, I don't want to go over there to show you. Sorry, but if you look through the wall, you can see there's like windows. There's like a character in there. They kind of move around a bit. That's another boot seller. I'm gonna have to buy another pair of boots. I need, apparently, I discovered last time we have an inventory. I don't remember ever looking at this before. I might have, 30 hours ago, and I just forgot. But we have an inventory. I need 10 silver coins. I only have 5. No, a fall from here. Oh, it can be devastating. If I can make the transition and show I have more valuable skill, then sure, it'll be good money. Not wedding money, but good money. Weddings are big money, but I have zero interest in doing them. One of my uncles had a photography business. I don't think it was ever his main job. Oh no! But it was something that he did, like at a professional level. And he did a lot of weddings. He actually did the photography for when Jelly and I got married. But that was like a wedding gift for us, so I don't know what he charged. fall. The fall here is just the most punishing fall. It could just, oh, it just sends you so far back. No. Yuck. Oh, it's so punishing. So for my snacks, I mean, I've got coffee. I actually don't have a lot of coffee left. I've been drinking it real fast. But I've got apple and cheese. I'm gonna have a bite of apple real quick. It's a Granny Smith apple, and it's super sour. No, I disagree. That hurts. Really? No. Oh, no. I am shocked. I am shocked that I didn't think I jumped high enough. The game had a strange mercy on me out of nowhere. Life is bad. Life is very bad. The good news is there is not much further I can possibly fall down. We're almost at the lowest point. Back to Greenland. I actually really like it down here. I mean, I don't like making any of these jumps, and I certainly would never come down here on purpose, but I really like the environment down here. Thought I overshot that. Things are heating up. This game does that to me. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I have so many hours to play this game tonight. No! Why? Every time. Ugh. I just can't do anything. I can't do anything right. I wonder what the most hours sunk into Jump King without beating it is. Like, I wonder who holds that record for working on this the longest and then eventually still giving up. I don't want that record, but I might accidentally achieve it. Because I may die before I finish this game. I may not have the years left on the clock that this requires. Because this is going to be a very long time. Rest in peace, Frownie. You will be missed. Did you beat Time Tunnel yet? I sure did, Sir Akablam. We beat that last week. Last week? Week before last? Week before last, I think. I don't remember now. But yeah, we finished that one. I did have to, after 10 hours, decide to read the instruction manual. And then I had to ask the chat, a question in one area. But, I think, all said and done, I did fairly respectably. And I now have something resembling a good deal of fondness for that game. I really like to find more games like that. I don't know how to do it, because I don't think the makers of Time Tunnel made anything else. At least not that I saw. But yeah, I definitely need to track down more C64 adventure games, but I'd want them to be really close to that in style. That was a good time. See, all of my review of that game, now that I've beaten it, is, like, overwhelmingly positive. If you listen to anything that I said during the playthrough, it's just a constant stream of negativity. Beating that game has changed my opinion, like, 100%, right? To be fair, I did have gushingly positive things to say about the game during the playthrough, but only whenever I was making progress, which was about 0.8% of the time. Oh, I thought maybe there was a secret here, because this little ledge, it looked like I could probably walk into the wall. I couldn't. I always like a game way better if I beat it. And the more blind I beat it, the better even still. Uh-oh. We were one screen away from bedrock there. Oh, I should be able to do this. I don't know what is wrong with me. I've done it so many times before. Cool. Welcome to Bedrock. This is the lowest possible point I can fall to. There's nowhere else that I can fall lower than this. There are lower points in the game, but I can't fall to them from here. I'd have to purposely walk there. It feels so hot down here in my basement now, and I know it's just me. I wonder if I've developed a medical condition that causes me to overheat in moments of high stress. I need a doctor to prescribe me an ice cube. It just might be a symptom of stress, yeah. I think you're right. So for all of my keeping it cool and, you know, trying to keep it together and keep my composure on the stream, I assure you, I 100% do feel overwhelming stress. Overwhelming. Overwhelming stress. Yeah, we keep a count. How many times do I hit bedrock? We're at number 2 already. I'm sure there will be more. So many jumps that should be so easy by now. Nothing ever gets easier. Oh, everything I do is wrong. I think statistically speaking, I should have accidentally made a good jump by now. I think a failure rate of this magnitude defies probability. The intensity of the frown grows. Thank you for the wheel, Persephone. We'll take care of that in a moment. Let me see what my fate regarding this ice dungeon is going to be. Oh, we're free. Okay, good time to spin the wheel before we head back in there. Let's see what exciting thing we may get. Jelly beans. And the flavor is sriracha. Let me see if I can indeed find a sriracha jelly bean. It's hard because some of them look alike. I do believe this is the one. I feel like that's hotter than sriracha. I believe it's the right bean, but it's so much hotter than it seems like it should be. It sounds like a terrible flavor for a jelly bean. I don't actually have a very good grasp on what sriracha tastes like. I've certainly had it before, but not recently enough or frequently enough to really remember what it's like. Yeah, that seemed way too hot. I feel warmed up now. I mean, I felt warmed up before, but now. Now it's not just stress heat. Now I'm warm inside and out. Oops, I just walked off the ledge there. You know, I was about to somewhat indignantly ask, how did all this snow even get inside here? Because we're indoors right now. And I was gonna complain about the existence of the snow, but I mean, there actually is no roof, so I guess, you know, the game did think a step ahead of me. I don't really have a right to complain. It's very unfortunately, tonight is clearly not my night for Jump King. I always do badly at this, but I do honestly feel like I am doing extra terrible tonight. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be a long 4 hours. Every time. I can't make that jump tonight. I miss it every time. I'm never gonna get out of here. Abandon all hope. Abandon ship, everybody. Save yourselves. I am going down into the icy depths. I feel such crushing sadness. Have you considered the weird flavored jelly beans instead of the hot ones? We used to do those on the stream. We actually did that before the wheel. I had some of those jelly beans. But they don't really... It's just always the same flavors all the time. And I find the spicy stuff more interesting. The thing is that whenever they, like, release a new set of flavors for those, like, there's, like, 10 flavors, and they'll change out, like, 2 of them. So, like, 8 of the same flavors just roll over every time, and I don't really like that. Like, if there were 10 unique flavors with every edition, then I would keep buying new ones, and we could keep doing it, but... Yeah, that's something we did in the past, but it's kind of gone. I kind of lost my interest in that. Flashbacks to the dog food bean. Yeah, that was pretty gross. The thing is, the most disgusting jelly bean to me in the whole bunch was the buttered popcorn. That's not even supposed to, like, that's not even supposed to be one of the bad flavors, but I would rather eat any of the disgusting flavors instead of the buttered popcorn. That one was the biggest punishment. Hey, losses, welcome in. Always with the gnome. Buttered popcorn jelly beans are nasty. I'm very happy you agree with me. Yeah, I don't like any buttered popcorn flavored candy. Here's my problem. Whenever I'm going to pick out a Almond Joy or a Mounds, here's my problem. I love almonds and I love dark chocolate. So I never know which to get. I do believe I remember once long ago there's as a weird gimmick, they did temporarily release a dark chocolate Almond Joy and a milk chocolate Mounds, and those were good times. Oh my goodness, we haven't been up this high in an hour. I remember that. My mom was going crazy about it, Cal says. And it's really odd too, because like I feel like a lot of those like standard like gas station candy bars are like, I feel like you can find all kinds of like wild varieties, like more so than ever. Like within the past, just the past couple years, like it seems like the flavor possibilities for like M&Ms and Snickers have just exploded to where they've got like, you know, like they've got almond Snickers, and they've got, I mean, they've got every kind of M&M, right? Like you can find coffee and hazelnut and just all kinds of stuff. And I feel like, where's the where's the dark chocolate almond joy? Everything else has so many varieties, but Peter Paul's just sticking to the classic too. Does anyone else remember this like kind of candy? I don't know when the last time I had one of these was, but I feel like I came across them all the time when I was a kid. Um, they're like these flat rectangular candies. I think they're peanut butter flavored, and I remember them being kind of like wafer like, but having a very brittle and sharp texture, like almost like almost like biting into like a little piece of peanut butter flavored glass. Does anyone else remember those? I don't know what they're called. I don't know how I'd ever find one. I feel like those would show up in my Halloween bag sometimes. This weird this weird candy. Um, it was like it's like a really brittle rectangular peanut butter square. I don't remember what they're called, so I don't know how to describe them other than that. I think they were kind of like a beigeish color. They weren't peanut butter colored. You think I remember those? Those were so nasty. I think I liked them. What I always hated were those like peanut butter taffies that came in the like waxy orange and black wrappers. I always hated those. And if glass shows up in my Halloween bag, I'm calling the police. Those taffies and the orange wrappers are trash even to kids. Yeah, I was never happy about those. I never liked those. I'm gonna sleep. Do you have any last minute questions about Hagfish streaming fists? um I think I'm solid. But if I do come across a hagfish puzzle I can't solve, I do know who I can turn to. Will do. Sleep well, streaming fist. You know what's weird? I never really liked candy corn all that much as a kid. But, those little pumpkins that are the exact same thing as candy corn, I love those. I love those pumpkins, Cal says. I kind of like candy corn now. But I typically don't want to eat a whole lot of it, and I want it to be very fresh. I feel like candy corn, I don't know, I think candy corn, like, goes stale or something. I can't really eat them anymore, but I love them so much. I would always be excited for those, even when I never really liked candy corn. Freshness is key with those, yeah. Red vines are the same way. I really like red vines, but they've pretty much got to be eaten right away. No! I think that's the first time I've ever failed that jump in that particular way. Unless I did that last time and said the same thing. Which I may have done. Oh my goodness. Everything is bad. I'm on my way down to the ice dungeon now. I like those little strawberry candies that come in the individual wrappers that also look like strawberries. They're kind of a hard candy with like a gooey center. Those are always exciting candies. I feel like everything is bad is a very good summation of Jump King in general. Those are yummy, Persephone says. All this talk of candy reminds me I need to pop by the store and buy Halloween candy for the kiddos that stop by the house. I mean, that's kind of why it's on my mind, too. Except, I don't know, because I think Jelly works on Halloween this year. When the trick-or-treating would normally happen. I don't know that I'm going to sit out on the porch by myself and hand out candy. Yeah, it's a Tuesday, yeah. So Jelly normally works a later shift on Tuesdays. I guess I could hang out on the porch with Isaac. It could actually be a good opportunity to socialize Arthur a little bit. So maybe I need to think about that. It's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way before. think this game is good at manipulating me. I'm beginning to see through its nefarious intent. Because, like, the thing that's kept me going with this game is, like, every night that we've played it so far, I have made it up to a new screen. I've seen at least one new screen every night. And I think the game is taking advantage of that. It's keeping me focused on that illusion of progress. Right? That I eventually see something new, and then I forget that I spent 4 hours of my life falling through the same screens over and over again before that happened. And so when I go to calculate whether or not the night was well spent, when I go to calculate whether or not I thought the night was well spent, I'm definitely, the numbers don't add up. But Jump King's like, oh, don't pay attention to that. You saw something new. That's progress. You're getting better. You can do it. I believe in you, Jump King lies. It's weirdly addictive. Jump King is king of gaslighting. Oh, I just thought, I saw your comment earlier, Cows. You said something about, I wish I had purple post-it notes. Let me see. Can we make this more purple? Hey, look at that. Hey. I can't believe I thought of that. It's magic. Now we're on brand. It's a strange world this game takes place in. No. No. Oh, how am I supposed to endure? How am I supposed to endure this game? Enter with palms. Thank you for the palms, gals. I think Jelly has gotten up to give Arthur a late night walk. I do often wish that I could just do the whole game with full power jumps, you know? I know that, you know, I understand why the game is not made like that. That would trivialize the entire experience, but... when you have to make some of those, like, kind of like really precise low power jumps, like this one right here, it hurts my heart. kind of feel like if I ever make it through this game, that maybe I should play Shovel Knight after this. Because he's also a blue knight. I wonder if Jump King was one of those 8 Lords of Leaping I always hear about in that Christmas song. I think that's a nickname for a type of bird, right? Aren't all of the, I think that's the secret to the 12 Days of Christmas, is that all of the gifts are birds? They're all obscure and outdated nicknames for birds. Oh my goodness. 5 golden rings are birds? Yeah, I think so. Like a golden ring is a variety of some type of bird. I might be at least partially incorrect. I'm not a very reliable source of information, but I believe I remember hearing that. Hey Derek, welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. Wouldn't put it past them, birds are clever. They secretly control the elections. It would make a lot more sense for them to all be birds, than just weirdly mostly birds. Shovel Knight would be an absolute treat. If you didn't enjoy it, I would be shocked. So I played a level or 2 of Shovel Knight once upon a time. I do expect I would really love it. It made a good first impression, but I just never found the time to sit down and play through it properly. Yeah, the birds in this game definitely seem to have great sources of wealth and power. If it's all birds, it's not weird anymore. Now it's a theme. No! Ah, I should have been patient. I couldn't put Shovel Knight down when I play it. I don't know how you managed. It's just a matter of just not having the time at the time, I think. I think I bought it on the 3DS. I just never made a lot of time for that, for the 3DS. I did not get my money's worth out of that purchase. I have it on the, I do have Shovel Knight on the Switch now, though. I picked it up at some point. Pretty early on and thought, oh, this will be great. I'll actually make the time to play it now. But didn't. But yeah, first impressions are very positive. Good news is it won't get any worse if you wait. I've been talking about playing Shovel Knight for a really long time. It's come up on the stream a lot. But there's a lot of things, right? I need to do lasting freshness guaranteed. I need to do Donkey Kong Country 3. I need to do Star Tropics 2. There's so many games. Echo 2. Yeah, I've got a lot of Echo games to do. Oh, I made it up there and immediately failed the first jump. I'm the absolute worst. Oh yeah, I've got a lot more Contra to tackle. Yep, I need to do Legacy of War. Basically, the second half of the series. Legacy of War, I've got Contra 3 Game Boy Edition. Oh my goodness. Neo Contra, Shattered Soldier. Maybe even Hardcore Uprising and Rogue Core. Contra 4, but I don't know how to play that. Yeah, I'd like to do the GBA Castlevanias at some point. Those are not a strong priority for me. those are much further down the list than a lot of the other things we just mentioned. But they do sit in the back of my mind. I love Shovel Knight. It's a must-play, Derek says. I've got the Cuphead DLC to play, too. Thinking about, you know, indie games. I enjoyed Cuphead, but it felt like that took a while. It's a tough game. Did I play Cuphead for longer than I've played Jump Knight, though? Jump Knight, Jump King? I don't know. I definitely made progress faster. We did, yeah. All A pluses. Oh, come on. I'm so terrible at this. I don't understand why sometimes that jump works and sometimes it doesn't. I'm not doing anything different. I can't vary, but it's a fully charged jump. There's no variable on my end. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm able to get different results. Excuse me. Contra Challenge Canyon. Yeah, playing more Contra opens risk for more of that. If I run into another Contra game that I love. Even if I don't, I might inspire myself to go back and get better at Contra 3 or Hardcore. I got the Skull Island game in the mail. One of the first things I see on Facebook is everyone saying, it's the worst game of 2023. Yeah, I kind of saw that too, Derek. I was hesitating to bring that up. Because I know you're looking forward to that game. So I was wondering what you thought about it. Because it seems to be not well received. I heard that Lord of the Rings game that came out not that long ago was pretty terrible too, though, so... Maybe not worst of 2023, right? I'm never gonna beat this game. Jumps like that are just proof positive that I am not built for this. I think I'm gonna be the only guy on the planet to say I like it so far, and I'm having enough fun. Fair enough. I mean, that's all that's really important, right? I mean, I've certainly been there. I was gonna say Gollum is probably worse. Might give that a try if I can get it cheap. I'll have to wait for a Switch version myself if I want to experience that particular brokenness. I don't think I'll be in a rush. It's on sale for $10 on the Xbox right now. What timing? Those couple jumps I made right there, those are made with speedrunner speed. Getting all of those in time with the wind without waiting a cycle. They're supposed to come out with a Switch version, but I won't be shocked if it's axed. I won't be that disappointed. The music up here reminds me of Charlie Brown's Christmas at the start. Just that first bit. this was done. So this is the furthest I've been. This is my PB. Is to come up here. I have not been able to get up to that bird or to this other character over here. Or this suspicious ladylike statue. This is actually a new PB. I've never landed on this block before. Look at these jumps. Oh, and away we go. That's what it's always like. Every time I get a single jump further than I've ever been, I then go back down here for another hour. Life is so rough. No speedrunner speed this time. Evil Dead was supposed to come to the Switch, but they axed that too. You'd figure if you put out a game that's low quality, that, like, the Switch would be the one place you would want to release it, because the Switch is, like, the least powerful thing out there, so, like, you could just hide behind the excuse of, like, oh no, the game isn't bad, it's just the Switch is weak. Be a convenient lie, right? What am I doing? This jump right here is impossible. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, there's so much more stuff up there. Oh, where did you come from? Pardon me. It's just that these ruins are so fascinating. I can hardly take my eyes off the details of this statue here. Truly captivating. That's it? You don't have anything else? You don't have anything else for me? Also, there's more stuff above where we are now, which I did not expect. I don't even know how I get up to anything higher than this. Can I make the... Oh, make the jump from this, I guess. I found some etchings clearly illustrating the wave of water. The people living here were very fond of taking long swims with their pet fish. I find it very peculiar to bathe with your pet fish. It's bizarre to own a pet fish at all, if you ask me. Is that what he said? Hogwarts Legacy is coming to the Switch, though, Derek says. This gray and white looks like it's from Castlevania 1. Hey, we got the bird. Amongst the ruins are engravings that depict people swimming in water next to a large structure. This civilization had entire buildings containing massive bodies of water, just so they could bathe whenever they felt like. I was really hoping for, like, an easy way to get up onto this, but I think that probably doesn't exist. I was hoping for just a good bounce back. I'm gonna keep trying for a moment, but I think this is out of the cards. No! I was worried about doing that. Now you see, I would like to know the story details that this guy is giving me, I think, but I don't want to take the time to read it all. Look at this up here. This looks disgusting. How am I supposed to be able to make jumps like these? And it's above something so terrible. When I fall, I've got to go so far back. My heart cannot take this game. It's just gonna break into pieces. You are the Jump King, right? I mean, maybe someday. This game certainly does not make me feel like a king. No. I don't think I've ever fallen down here and fallen into this particular tube like that before. Oh, yeah. I mean, I have no knowledge of it, but I 100% expect I 100% expect to be trolled by this game at every opportunity. So, yeah, I'm positive the ending of this has got to be a big joke on me. I'm also incredibly highly suspicious that I am currently inside optional content. I'm virtually certain of it, but I just I I I want to be stubborn and not back out. It's not easy. I come back to Pinkland. It's beautiful. It's another just another glorious nightmare. I reached new heights. The game did it to me again. What I was talking about before. You see, I reached a new screen, so now I'm like, well, the whole night wasn't a waste. I guess I've got to play this for 5 more hours in a couple days. Derek says I like Devil May Cry 2, which is also a game a lot of people really hate. Watched a video about the behind the scenes. Pretty interesting. Makes me wish things had been different. I'm not really familiar with that series. I do know that the second game has got a pretty bad reputation, though. I was actually really hoping that reaching that statue was going to be an ending of some sort. Like, I was, I'm really sad to see that there's more above that statue. I mean, I'm not surprised because I'm not really that high up, is the thing. For as much as I've been climbing, I actually have not very many screens up above the, ground level, but I was kind of hoping that when I made it that statue, it was going to be like, I was going to get a message like, oh, thank you, Jump King, but the babe you're looking for is in another part of the castle or something. And it was going to tell me that that was at least the end of this path. And I could go back and get on the main path again, but, until I got 10 coins, and because I'm gonna have to come back for that, I'm gonna have to come back for those other boots at some point. If I ever have 10 coins. I've never made that particular jump like that before, from that lower shelf. It's interesting. 30 and 64 on the horizon. I mean, I always want to play more N64 games. There's a lot of stuff I want to do, it's just I can't beat games quickly enough to get them off the schedule. Right? The Jump King is a never-ending nightmare that I'm never going to be able to beat, so it's going to be polluting the schedule for ages. We've got all the WiiWare stuff going on for October, so that also prevents me from putting anything new on, because we are seeing a lot of new things just from that. And then Tears of the Kingdom, which I really like, but again, massive game, so... It's kind of like until whichever ends first, Jump King, Tears of the Kingdom, or October, until one of those ends, there's not really a whole lot I can add on to the schedule. But yeah, I've got an N64 game I would like to do that I think would pair really well with a Genesis game I want to do. I've got Spyro on the PlayStation 1. I just got my, I just had the disc resurfaced, so I should be able to play that now. That's something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've got Hades to add onto the schedule as well, since that was donated by a viewer. Got to work that one onto the schedule. I was curious what you're thinking about. Bring up Star Tropics 2 unprompted. Wow, see, I wanna, like, I'm not forgetting about Star Tropics. I'm thinking, like, see, I'm thinking with Star Tropics, I'm thinking, well, we did Star Tropics 1 in December, so maybe I should, you know, maybe if I could get that onto the schedule in December, that would be nice, but... whenever I think out loud about what I want to play, like, it just gets people's hopes up. I think we'll do all the Christmas WiiWare in December as well. Since we're doing all the Halloween WiiWare now. There's not very much Christmas WiiWare, but there is some. So I imagine we'd probably knock all those games out. Probably 2 weeks tops. Probably less. Just again, like I think there's probably only 4 or 5 titles that sort of fit the bill. The recap for this year is going to be extra long. A lot has happened. You're not wrong, right? And I still haven't found time for more of our beloved 50 video games included. That one sits heavily on my mind, too. Contra challenges, Battletoads, an extra helping of Echo. Yeah, we finished Dark Souls this year. Were the Contra challenges this year? Did I work on any of those this year, or were those all last year? I think those are mostly last year. Kind of worked on them for a while, so. And that's why we click on Frownie. You aren't afraid to go for the worst of the worst. Yeah, look where it gets me, though. Stuck for 100 million years inside a Jump King. We had Tasmanian Devil marathons and horse marathons. A mini marathon with the horse games. Horse games were brutal. A couple people enjoyed those. Horse games are best pony. Oh my goodness. I can't do this. What? I did get a chuckle of how you addressed running at a loss. I felt like real life might have shown through there a little. My business decisions? Like you knew that pain. I'm really good at getting lost in the role of whatever game I play. That's why I'm so consumed with agony right now. Oh. That seemed like it should have been perfectly safe. There was a point when you didn't have the mechanics down, and you were dismayed by running at a loss. You turned it around, though. It's largely a blur at this point. What is a blur is how many times touching an obstacle caused a reset. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh yeah, to have to complete that training first try to even get an attempt off the ground. Horrific. Well, at least I learned that that's not how it's done. Cool, look at how far back I went. You defeated California Games. Oh, the high jump. The pole vaulting. That was a good time. And talk about getting punished for trying new things. Oh my goodness. What's terrible is that like the worst thing about that is that was so close to actually working. Oh, that wasn't pole vaulting. Isn't California Games? That was Summer Games. But you know. Speedrunners for this game must be insane. They just got a, they just got something in them. They've got a really good feel of timing. They must. To, just, you know, to be able to feel the, how to release the button at the right time every time. And also, I'm sure that they know just a ton of really weird jumps that probably don't look like they should work, but do. Anyone capable of beating this game, period, is insane. Well, I got bad news about my playthrough, but good news about my sanity. Incredible patience to figure out the timing. I'm pretty sure I would have eaten my controller in rage by now if it were me playing this game. Cal says, eaten my controller in rage. I love it. I love that image. I'm probably gonna have to step this game back to just once a week. The thing is, the less frequently I play it, like, I risk falling more out of practice and making progress more slowly. But the more frequently I play it, the more of my life I'm wasting. Thank you for the wheel. Well, let me get somewhere safe and we'll give that a spin. Green. This might be something new. What is it? It is something new. Hey, this is the sweet jalapeno hot sauce. So all of our hot sauces now are these little bottles. And they range from flavors that sound really mild all the way up to things that say that they're, you know, ghost pepper and Carolina Reaper and all manner of things. But they're all very mild right now. This is it's called the Good Hurt Fuego is what this series of sauces are called. But I got this like huge box of them. There's like 20 different flavors. So we'll be working on these for a while. My plan is to just go through them all and just replace them as we finish up a jar. It's very difficult to open this jar. This the thing wrapped around the lid. I can't get it scraped off. So this might take a moment. I need a knife or something. I'm excited to try it, but I can't get it open. I might actually have to step away to go get a tool to open this up. Are you a spicy food guy outside of the torture wheel? Oh, definitely losses, yeah. I'm the primary cook in our home. No, I make anything that we eat that's made from scratch is it's basically my doing. And Jelly sometimes laments that because everything I make is super spicy. And she doesn't not like spicy food, but she doesn't like spice quite the way that I like. But one of the features about the way our home works is the person who does the cooking gets to decide how much spicy pepper goes into everything. And when I'm the one making the decision, the answer is simply yes. Alright, I can't get this open. I've got to go get a knife or something. Sorry, give me just a moment. Hey Waz, welcome in. Be right back with you. Okay, I got a knife. I got it. I got the foil off. We can try this out. So let me just grab a cracker. I imagine with some of these hotter sauces, I'm probably not going to be able to load up the cracker so generously as I have in the past. But for the foreseeable future, we're going to be on pretty mild sauces, so. I think we'll be okay for a good while. Brand new box of Triscuit wheat crackers. I didn't split that very evenly. Shake. I take it Jelly does the shopping. Well, if she did that, she could thwart my efforts to make everything spicy by just not buying the peppers, right? we split the shopping pretty evenly. In fact, I might shop a little more frequently than she does. We know the real challenge for this new flavor wouldn't be the heat, but just getting it open, yeah. Alright, so here we go. Sweet jalapeno. I don't expect too much torture from this. Wow, it's runny. It's very runny. That I did not calculate. I'm very happy I decided to actually pour that over a paper towel. Well, here we go. I like that. That would be good on fish, I think. That's got a nice, bright flavor. Not very spicy. But it's really pleasant. Yeah, I would enjoy that. I would enjoy that on like some tilapia or something. This sweet jalapeno flavor is a winner. But basically no heat. There was no kick to it or anything. Almost has a kind of like a pickle quality to it. Which, I mean, you know, hot sauce is usually heavy on the vinegar, right? But yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And now I know. Now I know to be careful when I pour them because they're going to go everywhere. Oh, thank goodness I set that paper towel down. I don't think I got any on me. Not that'd be a huge deal, right? Just change my shirt later, but... Alright, well, with that little adventure complete, let me get back into the game here. I picked up the wrong controller. I'm a mess. I love spicy pickles, what it says. when I lived in Houston, one of my friends would she grew her own jalapeno peppers, and she would pickle them, and she'd give me a jar of them every now and then, and they were just wonderful. I could just stand in the kitchen, just stand in the kitchen by the refrigerator with a spoon and just eat those like pickled jalapenos right out of the jar. And be just as happy as could be. You ever visit a Twisted Root in Texas? I cannot say I did. Is that a, well, I don't know what kind of thing that is. I think with these thinner sauces, I'm gonna have to stop my tradition of breaking the cracker. I'm just gonna go with whatever size cracker I get, I think. It's a burger chain. They make their own root beer, and they had a pickle bar. Aside from, I would definitely be excited about the homemade root beer. Aside from pickled peppers, I'm not really like a big fan of like traditional like cucumber pickles. I like pickled peppers, and I like olives. Which, you know, tend to come pickled, but like sliced like cucumber pickles or spears or whatever don't really do anything for me. And when I eat them, I just tend to eat them plain. I don't like to put them on anything. You can pick the meat for the burger, and they often have exotic stuff aside from beef. That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. They're a chain in Texas specifically. Yeah, I missed out on that. There's a cow in the spacesuit at the Houston airport. I don't remember. I don't remember if I ever got to see that. I flew out of Houston once. I wasn't quite so primed to pay attention to cows back then, no. Now I see them everywhere. How's Jump King been? Well, I reached a new height. I reached a new PB, but it's mostly been pretty terrible. Jump King is continually an exercise in misery. Did the guy at the statue have anything for you? No. Just some, flavor text, lore, nothing actionable that I noticed. Hey, do I even have to go up this left-hand side? Maybe. I mean right-hand side. No, I knew that was too short. Oh, it's just continually as bad as it could possibly be. Photos edited. Haven't been that driven in a long time. Weird, Persephone says. Well done. So, Jelly and I mostly drove. We've mostly driven anytime we've traveled within the U.S. But we did fly from Texas to Wisconsin once while we were living there. We mostly didn't leave Texas while we lived there. It wasn't like we were making road trips all the time. Must be off to bed, Buddhafinger says. Good luck with the ascent, Frownie. Thank you. Thank you for the good wishes, Buddhafingers. Thank you for your company, my friend. I hope that you sleep well. Hopefully I'll be able to beat something soon. We can put some more more exciting things on the schedule too. But I mean, I think you know how that's going to go. I definitely know how that's gonna go. Hey, Master Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you, my friend. We must ascend. I really want to. It happens when it happens. How goes things? Well, I reached a new PB. I've actually seen 2 new screens tonight. I didn't I've landed on one of them, but I saw 2 of them. But I'm struggling Tuesday. I've been having a rough night with this one. I'm filled with all kinds of doubt about the future of this playthrough. We did finish our WiiWare game though. We finished Ghost Slayer. I completed every level on every difficulty. They weren't really pretty victories, but the game doesn't really give you a score anyway, so. All victories are rather equal in that regard. So we'll be ready to try our next one, a new title tomorrow. It's actually going to be 2 new things tomorrow because we're going to have the WiiWare game, and I'm also going to start Splatterhouse for the very first time. Which I'm glad I'm looking forward to that, because I've got very low expectations of tomorrow night's WiiWare title. No. This game is just punishing beyond all description. I've never played anything like this. Have things ever been this bleak? Was Battletoads worse than this? Was Echo worse than this? I don't know if I've ever had a harder time. Hey Claire, welcome in. You had to ask us for several hints at the end of Time Tunnel? That was pretty bad. That's not how I remember it. We might need to go back to the footage. Might be worse because there's at least variety in Echo and Battletoads to break up your misery. Well, there's not in Echo, that's for sure. In Echo, that you're just stuck. I was just stuck on the machine, just the same, just one level, an auto scroller. It's a 6-minute auto scroller. I was stuck there for 21 hours. Battletoads took me 95 hours to beat, but I was getting to replay lots of different parts of the game over and over, not just the same 5 to 6 rooms. I mean, to be fair, I am falling down much further than this with semi-regularity. With Time Tunnel, I only recall asking which time period I need to go to look for the staff, and then being told that the game seemed to be bugged because when I played the flute near the snake, nothing happened. I don't remember asking any other questions. Well, that's 2. I don't think that's several. It's not typically in my nature to be quarrelsome, but my pride is wrapped up in this. Someone who embarrasses themselves so terribly every single night in every game that he plays really has to hold on to his pride. We get it. Thank you for your understanding. Oh. Yeah, I had to get a little bit of direction at the end. I also had to read the manual. That's the worst part. Hey, welcome in, Valkaton? Hope you are having a wonderful time. Thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the endless agony of Jump King. Time Tunnel shouldn't even count because that game is diabolical. Time is weird, especially in a tunnel. Several, a couple, a few, all the same, right? I think the important part to focus on is not how many questions I asked, but how much time I sunk into accomplishing absolutely nothing before I was willing to ask even one. Nine 9,999 years, as we recall. How much time I tunneled. How much time? How much time did you tunnel, Frownie? Yes. You could season a whole chicken with all that time. Oh my goodness. You know when you're playing an RPG and you come across an enemy where their attacks, when they hit you, it drains your character's experience points away? I know how those characters feel. When I play Jump King, I could feel like my XP slipping away. That's why I get so much worse at the game the longer I play it. What RPGs take your experience away like that? Zelda 2. There are a couple different enemies that will drain your XP when they attack you. I don't know. I don't really know that it's a super common mechanic, but that's what comes to mind for me. That's specifically what I was thinking of. Was Zelda 2. Most JRPGs won't do that, but some action RPGs. Could never do absolutely anything in that game. Zelda 2, I like Zelda 2. I like it quite a bit. That is a game where the thing about that game is it's kind of cryptic, but it's not as cryptic as its reputation. It is just a tough, just a difficult game. Some of the enemies are just a nightmare to fight. Like those bird knights. Forget about it. I don't know, it's a weird game. I like it quite a bit. I've only ever beaten it once, and we've never done it on stream. I'd like to, but I find it, you know, very intimidating. Wouldn't really be a blind playthrough, you see, because I've already been through the game, so I think I know most of its trickiest secrets. I don't have the location of everything in the game memorized, so I would have to feel a lot of it out again, but all the hardest parts, I've already got the advantage. Not that I think it's bad, of course. I mean, some people definitely do. It's just kind of a weird game. I like the vibe of it, though. I actually think I like Zelda 2 better than Zelda 1. I don't think it's the better game, but I think I like it more. One thing that people really don't like about Zelda 2 is how when you game over, you know, if you're in a temple and you lose a life, you'll restart in the temple unless you game over. If it's your last life, you get sent all the way back to the starting palace. And then you have to find your way back to the temple again. And a lot of people complain about that feature of the game, but I actually don't think that that's the developers. I don't think that they made that choice to be punishing. I think that they actually put that in as a mercy. Because I think they are worried about the player. I think they are worried about the player getting stuck in a situation that they can't handle in the game because either they're too low leveled or they don't have the right equipment or something. I think they're worried about the player getting stuck and yeah, not being too stubborn to ever make progress by backing out and looking elsewhere, because the manual says something about that. I don't remember exactly how it's worded, but the manual actually has some wording reminding the player that if they're in an area that's too tough for them and they keep throwing lives away, that maybe that's a sign that they should be looking to explore other areas for a while. And also because the last temple doesn't do that. Right, if they were just seeking to punish the player for a game over, there's no reason why the last temple should have you restart there instead of sending you back as punishment. But I think the logic of that was if you've made it to the last temple, then there should be nowhere else to go and explore. So forcing the player back out into the world at that point doesn't make any sense, so don't do it anymore. Hey, Conga, welcome in. Just woke up, wanted to say a quick hi. Thank you, thank you. I hope everything is going alright for you, my friend. And I definitely appreciate you stopping by. Lots of sleep schedule conflicts. I understand. I do stream at a rather inconvenient time for at least most of half the world. So as much as I would like to keep you up all night, I will instead wish for what is better for you, my friend. No. Oh my goodness. everything, everything is just so costly. If my focus is ever any, like, a single molecule less than 100% on one of these jumps. Oh, please. Before I move on, I'm going to take a quick moment and cut my VOD into 2 parts right here.